Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome back to Walla Zabareska, where we're still in January. We're doing episode number 34, believe it or not. And what we're going to do now is, we're going to have a look at this farm that we're thinking of buying and putting the other pig farm on. Now, originally, just to recap, we paid off our loan last month. Originally, I was going to buy this field here and I was going to build a pig farm here, because I was going to buy this as well as the chicken farm. Now, it's not that expensive, 145. But then I decided, you know what, we could do something with this farm, which was a pretty decent farm. It's the cow farm. Now, it's 277 to buy. Let's get down there and have a look. Now, we're going to tear some of it down and we're going to build on it. We're going to put down our other two pig enclosures. They're 120,000 each. And we're going to try keep the cow enclosure on it, just for something different. There will be, when we buy it, the money will drop down, but there will be stuff to sell on it, to rebuild. Intend to reinvest nearly all of that money in the rebuild. I have kind of looked at it, but not placed things, if you know what I mean. I didn't even bother doing it on a test map. I just, the way you can go into construction mode, I literally just selected the pig pen we're using, which is the base game one, or the map based one, which is 120,000, holds 70 pigs. So I did actually use that. I had a look. We can mulch, or we can cultivate in our cover crop, which is our oilseed radish. Our clover fields don't mulch, so we've nothing to do there. So we don't have an awful lot to do at the moment, until we move forward to spring sowing. I haven't even looked at the crop calendar when I came back in, because I'm not even thinking that far ahead. Okay, this is the farm. It's got a silage bunker and all. We have a cow barn. I don't know how many cows it holds. We won't see it till we go in. I would have looked at this a long time ago. We have sheds we don't need. That one there, I was wondering, would that be handy? But I don't know whether that's part of... It's not really... Like, you could store equipment in it, but I don't know whether it's going to be in the way. House we don't need. What we're going to do is, to be some of these trees, we're going to try keep whatever trees we can. And we'll get rid of those. I'm a little bit afraid now that some of the decorations mightn't disappear. But let's do the dirty deed. Let's buy it. And there we go. We didn't buy it. Why didn't we not buy it? Because we clicked on visit, not buy. So we're down to 70 grand. Okay, right. Now, let's see. What does the cow barn hold? Cow barn holds 60. Okay, bit small. I would have preferred to have held more, but we can have a look at replacing that with something that'll go on the same footprint, if you know what I mean. Might give us a different shape to the pen, where it might take in the trees here or whatever. But we'll have a look at that anyway. That's not entirely going to be gone. Silo we don't need. What's this shed like anyway? Decent enough shed, but I don't think we need it. House we don't need. This shed would be kind of a mirror image of the other one. It's a slightly different colour. Yeah, slightly different colour. Different roof. That's in two sections. Okay, let's get with it. There's no point in prolonging the agony, putting it off. So we go into construction mode. Okay, we're going to take that away, 70 grand. Don't need the house. 125. Don't need that shed. That just being bold now. I know I don't. So no point keeping them. Okay, so our money's gone right back up, but we're going to put most of that back into it. We'll leave the bunker for now, because I may do some sort of silage in that. So what have we got? We have a fence. Get rid of that. We try to place things that'll be in the way. Have we any more fences around? No, we haven't. No more fences that I can see. I think that's it. Much is that anyway? We get rid of it. 130. Like, I mean, we're going to build here. Just give me 1 second. We go into... Just want to throw a bit of grass over that. Vegetable garden. We definitely don't need it. And it'll just distract me. It'll literally just distract me when I'm trying to place things down. I'll be aware I'm putting it down on top of something. So now terraforming will need to be done on the rest of it. So buildings, we need to go up to cows. Not cows. We're not putting cows in. We're putting pigs in. Okay, 120. That's how I find the things. I know how much they cost. Now, I could put in other pens with a whole more, cost me less. But I did say I'm going to use what is the base. Now, there's the base. Collides with the player. Let's get him out of there because he's going to be in the way. Standing there in his short sleeves in the middle of winter. He's acting all the hard man. Okay. Right. I'm thinking if we place the two of these on this side, then we can have room to leave the cows there. Let's see. Hold on. Are we square? There's the road. Okay, let's see. That's squared us up. So can we... Don't mind the ground. That's going to be all sorted out. Would we keep 1 3 on the outside? We do it like that. Okay, that's one. Don't need too much space between these, although where's the plot? Plot runs up to about there. Is there any point in leaving a big gap in between the two of them? I'm not sure. Any trees in where I'm going to place that? You know what? We could just use the outline of where the house was. And I don't think there's any trees in the fence. Let's try and line these up. If we can keep them in line with each other. There is other room we could use, but we don't need it. Okay, there we go. Are we fixed with trees? Any trees in our way? And it's not out in the road. It's far enough back. That tree worked out just okay. That's gone. I'm getting rid of that. I hate them trees. I got a love-hate relationship. So we've two inside, and we have... It never asked me that I want to put down the dirt inside, but I don't mind. So we've other room to work with here. Now, we still have money to spend on this. So, what are we going to need here? We're going to need bale storage anyway because we're going to need straw. I'm kind of curious about the cow barn, whether or not to keep that or go with something different. But there's the general gist of it. I'm kind of happy in a way. I don't mind taking down, you know what, I'd even leave those trees there and kind of use this outline. I might put a fence up here or something and just use the outline of what was there. Leave the roadway here. Make some sort of a, maybe run that down here and there's an entrance in here or something like that. Yeah, I think this is the right thing to use this plot anyway and to build it here. It's kind of what I wanted to do. So that'll give us our 4 pastures, if you know what I mean. 4 enclosures, 4 pastures. It'll give us the 4 of them, which in total, when they're full, will give us 280, which is 30 more than we actually need. Now, did I actually line them up okay? See, it does look okay until you place it, and then it's slightly... Actually got that okay, yeah. That was slightly back. Ever so slightly. But you wouldn't even notice it. Yeah, it's 1 frame off or whatever, but still, it's close enough. Okay, I'm not going to keep you in for all this building and that. I just want to see whether I needed to. I actually, if I go into the garage menu, you'll see I was looking at the tree deleter. I was going to buy it to take the trees down, not take the wood chips, but just to get rid of them if they were in the way. I was looking to see how much it was. But I think with what we have, we'll work with the footprint we have for now. And yeah, what I'll do, I'll get working on this, see what fence I'm going to put in there. There's plenty of Polish fences anyway that I can put in. I'm quite aware there's a door there, but we can do a track out here. Maybe that tree is in the way. Now, maybe we'll get around it. We might just leave it. We'll work around this anyway. We'll see what way we're going to do it. And yeah, let me get this built and because I'm already over 10 minutes talking to you since we came back in. And I'll bring you back in. I'm not saying it'll be fully finalised because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the cow shed. I definitely keep it. I'm going to put a couple of cows in as well, might as well. And let's see what damage I can do to that money. If we get back down to 70 grand, which is what we had when we bought the plot, I'd be happy enough that we didn't gain any extra money out of the plot once we'd bought it. So for now, I'm just going to get on with the work of getting this sorted out. You're back with me a little while later. Time for the reveal. Okay, we kept the silage bunker. We have our 2 sheds. We put down the fence. Don't mind that gap. The barrels are in the way. It's a walkthrough. So we have our 2 bunkers. We have our 2 pens. We have bale storage for our straw, for our manure. Total capacity 100 bales. And we have our pigsties. Total capacity 70 each, so that's 140. I was trying to fit a gate in here, but I couldn't get one small enough, so change the cow barn. Now, we're not putting that in that cow barn until the challenge is done. That's no hand or part of that in it, really. It holds 500. It's not really 516. We're not in a hurry to put anything in that. We're concentrating on the pigs. I just didn't like the one that was there. We have a manure heap that's connecting to the pigsty. And not the cow barn. It's probably a little bit too far away from the cow barn. Now, with hindsight, I should have redesigned it and put the manure heap here. It would involve lifting it again. It'll go back on the same footprint, I might change it at some stage. Lift it and just put the manure heap in this corner here. I'm just curious when I put that down that's connected to the pigsty. That has me wondering, do I need one to connect to this pigsty as well? Now we have a bit of room here. We could put one if we really need to. And the thing is, if I put one here, it will more than likely, let's just save that for 1 second. Let's just see for the fun of it. I'm back down almost where I was with the money when we actually came 17,000, which is smaller. Try that one. What's that like? Overlaps an object. Hold on. That's where he has to go. I hate these trays. Has to go. No doubt about it. I was going to remove it and I forgot to do it. Construction. Okay, let's see. If we put this back here, it's probably not. It is actually quite good with the fence. Now, what's this connected to? The pigsty and the cow barn. So the other one is connected to the pigsty down that end. Okay, there you go. We're down below what money we had when we bought the farm, so I feel okay about that now. Now, I was going to put some decorations around and that, just a few bits and pieces up against the fence and things like that. They're inexpensive. They're a tenner each and things like just to make it look kind of a bit. I put a different colour gate in just to have it looking slightly different. Gate won't close. There we go. So it's more defined on that. So there we go. We have our second pig farm. We've no food in it yet. We've no pigs in it yet. We're going to sort out. I did say I was going to wait until the pigs. I can turn that super strength off again now. I'm not using the chainsaw. That's grand. I did say I was going to wait until the pigs are born in the other ones, but I'm not. I'm actually going to put babies into both of them. And yeah, we're going to play it like that. We're going to play it like that. So I think it turned out quite well. Let me know what you think in the comments. There's no work for us to do. I done my 3 contracts. I got about 6 grand from them. 3 tiny little ploughing contracts for this month. So we're ready to move on to February, but I want to get some food up here and some straw up here and just get some food into these and get them ready and put some pigs in before we move forward. So at least they're not losing out on the month. So there you go. We have our animal pens we need to complete that part of the challenge. We just need them to grow, have babies, and let the babies grow and sustain them all. I'd say probably until year 7. And I'd be happy enough, even though you could say we're probably going to be done the challenge before that. But I'd be happy enough to say, right, we've completed it once. We're probably 2 years in. The animals are self-sufficient and everything. We've everything up and running. So I'm not saying we're not going to expand with fields and that. We may well do. But there's no urgency on that whatsoever. So for now, I love doing farm builds, and that kind of turned out better than I anticipated at the start when I done it. Granted, I had picked out a couple of other cow barns that had static fences, you couldn't move them, and they just weren't blending in. And I just said no, and I was spending way too little money. I wanted to use up that money that I got from buying that farm rather than coming away with an extra 70 grand in the bank over what I did have when I bought the farm. So we're actually down. We're down about 10 grand. I think we're on about 72. So I'm happy enough on that. So I'm just going to grab a trailer now. I'm going to go down. I'm going to get some pig feed out of the feeder down below. And you know what I'm actually thinking? I need to alter this trailer because it won't work inside in the pen. So let me do that, and I'll bring you back in a little bit when we have babies in the pen. Here we are, driving up to our farm. I think it actually looks okay. A few decorations around and it'll look better. So what we need to do now is open the doors. We can drive straight through into the other one. We have about 10,000 litres for each. We can't drive out that other door. There's a tree the other side of it. I left it there because I don't really need to. I can get into it from the centre. If I need be. If the doors, they kind of do take up, you need one set of doors closed. So, well, I had 32,000 litres of food left in the feed mix, so I put 10 into each. Not 10 because there's only 19 fits in the trailer. I'll do that one, let it go down, and then we pull forward into the next one. I was going to say, I might get out this door. Pig food not accepted here. Pig food is accepted here. Why is it not accepted here? It's a pig pen. I'm obviously not far enough in. Unless that manure bunker is interfering with it. You see my problem. Let's close the doors on the far side. And see. When you go nice and steady, you can get around. Whereas if you gun it, you end up in a mess. Yeah. I don't see why I wouldn't accept it. But no problem with the other one. There you go. It's allowing me to dump it now. Obviously wasn't on the trigger properly. Now it's going to catch the roof. 26 litres. There you go. We're empty. Here we get. Need to get straw. So we're on this one. We're putting Berkshires in. I'm not using the trailer. I'll just go and put them in because I need 900 quid or something like that. 35,050 to put them in. I put them in the other one down below, so there's 35 and... Okay, gate doesn't want to close. Why not? There we go. It should be closing now. No, it's not closing. Closing now. Locking me in. Right, now close. Go ahead. Oh yeah, the thing was opening and then I shut it again. There you go. So we have our pigs in here as well. I don't want to close the door to go and get straw now. So there you go. We have our 4 pens. We have half of what we need in them. So whatever many months it takes before they have offspring, 10, 12 months, whatever it is. And then we'll have them. But I'm going to wait until they're mature before I call it as, yeah, we have them. We're out of corn in the feed mix. So we're kind of stuck until next September or even after that when this corn actually, when we put it in, is October before we'll have corn to give them feed. Now there is other options, but we kind of went with the simpler one with what we have. So yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Now, gotta be really good and close the gates. No, I'm not, because I'm going to get straw and I'm coming back. So there you have it. The build is done. The pigs are in. We're on the way to completing the third part of the challenge. And yeah, there's nothing else for us to do in this month. So I will talk to you next month. Because I'm not going to bring you back just so I'm putting a couple of straw bales in. We're going to move forward to February and see what we have to do then. Contract wise, field work wise, I'll probably just get the cultivator and get these oilseed radish fields cultivated and ready for sowing the following month. Okay, last act of today to sell off the goat milk. We've moved up to late in the day, last day of the month. And we're going to go sell this. It's worth about 36,000. I've thought about putting cows in the cow barn. Now, I was thinking of doing what I've done before on my Kinleg series and putting beef cattle in there, primarily Highland cattle. And because hay gives them 80% effectiveness and we have an abundance of hay there, and we do have some straw as well. I deliver the straw over and put it in the storage. Now we do want to buy that as well. That's the horse pasture. 62,000 or just over 62,000 gets us that field and the horse pasture. And I'm going to actually do horses, believe it or not. I think it's one of the reasons I put oats in one of the fields for next year to feed horses. So that's on the cards. I just wanted to bring you in for this sell off here because I'm just being brutally honest with you. We are really gonna barrel down the road in top gear towards finishing this challenge. As I said, we've reached the point with the money aspect where we've just got everything in tune now that we've all our fields plus, like, we've 10, 12 fields, maybe even more. And let's see what we get for this. 32,738 plus another 3,427. We've got our oils to sell off as well, and we'll sell them off when they're at their peak. But for now, we're done with January, and I don't know whether we'll have much to do apart from what I said in February when I said we're just going to, if you look at the oilseed radish There's 4 of them, and then the ones that are harvested in clover. So we just run the cultivator over them 8 fields, and then they're ready for direct drilling, because from what I remember, you can't direct drill. If you direct drill over your oilseed radish, you don't get your fertilisation state. I don't know what way it will affect clover, so I'll go on one of the fields and see does it change the state, and if it does, then I'll know to do the rest. If not, I'll just leave them and direct drill them. Haven't even looked at crop calendar or anything at this stage. That's too far off. We're looking at like February anyway. Is any crops in February? Just cotton field grass. That's basically it. That is basically it. So we don't have any crops to do, so we'll just get our fields cultivated and ready. And yeah, I reckon we'll just be running up to having our fields fully prepped by the end of this episode, and then we'll be picking up in harvest time, or not harvest time, sowing time in spring, where we'll have a ton of work to do, but I don't mind. Okay, I'll bring you back in a little bit. For you, it'll be a little bit longer for me when I figure out everything that's going on. Moved into February and moved straight on to the 2nd of February, trying to get rid of the snow, but it's hanging around. It'll probably disappear in a bit. It'll literally, I just moved in. Yeah, I brought you over here because I did had money in the bank, and it was annoying me. I bought 100 Highland calves. They're in the paddock. They're in here, so I put hay and straw in. So we have we can feed these hay. We'll give them 80%. Silage and hay give them 80%. TMR give them 100. So we have plenty of hay. So I just put the hay in and a bit of straw. See as our manure bunkers working. I just decided, you know what, it had the money there. What's the point? We've no loan going out now, so we don't need a lot. We'll have milk there again at the end of the month. I sold it off last month, and that brought us up, and that's why I had the money going. I won't say going spare, but I had money there. So I was about to head out and start doing cultivation on the fields with the oilseed radish and that in them, and then I just thought to myself, you know what, let's get some cows or cattle. Or I wanted to do the beef cattle, so I said, right, let's put a couple of Highlanders in, just 100. We'll keep them until they multiply to a new batch of calves, and then what we'll do then is we'll sell off the biggies and keep the babies and let them grow again. Just constantly, probably have no more than 100 in it. One of the reasons I decided to do it is because I can see we're going to get very close to finishing off the challenges pretty soon. I will continue on doing stuff on this map for a little bit of time after, but probably won't be recording as many episodes a week. I'll probably cut it down. I'm actually, I have something in the plans for something new. Just trying to finalise. It is a bit of it's a bit of a hardcore kind of challenge, in the sense that I have a couple of scenarios that play out on it, and they're kind of random, and I'll give you the details when I get it all set up. And it's the map I'm looking for to make it suit is more what I'm looking for. I'm gonna just wait and see what way I'm gonna proceed with it. But in February, what we're going to do is we're going to get our... What state do we get from this now when we cultivate it? 175. See, it's shown green there. But that's because I don't know where the clover grows back again, but we're not growing clover here. Anyway, what are we putting in here? Like, I mean, this is the whole thing now. I haven't been looking at the crop calendar. So we're in field 112. So the next crop to go into 112 is soybeans. So there's nothing going in here until... I think it's April. So, there's soybeans going in here. That's the next crop. They're probably going to end up in the pig food. Because we have a couple of different ways we can make the pig food, you see. So, we ran out of corn, but there's other options you have where you don't have to use corn and that. And look, I think about it, I might just sell off the crops. It's kind of like, the loan is gone now, and we're dealing with the final part of the challenge, which is the animals. So we've a lot more scope in what we can do moving forward with products and everything else. I'm going to still stick with the crop rotation I have done out. Now, the only way that'll change slightly is we're going to need some more grass fields, but there is 2 grass fields over beside the cattle farm. There is 2 on the map over there. There's actually 3. There you go. Like they're right next to it. So we could buy one of them if we're stuck for another grass field. I had talked about buying some of these here and doing root crops in them. That is still on the cards. So we only need grass, and we'll have plenty of straw for other crops anyway, for the bedding, for the manure and stuff like that. So not worried about that going forward. So basically, we're getting preparations done for sowing next month. We're going to have most crops available to sow next month. I haven't got beans in any of the fields again. I'm waiting until I sell them off. They seem to be worth a lot of money. But we're going to have quite a few. We've no lavender going in. We've no mustard. Do we have oats? I'm not too sure. But I'll go through the list anyway when we get around to that. That's going to be in March, April. We're going to be doing the planting and the sowing anyway. I kind of came on here to do the cultivation. I've gone, where's my flexi chain cultivator, the blue one? And I thought, I have it on two other. Now, well, I have it on one of them, the series. And I kind of go, did I not have it on this one as well? And I go, I only have this one. It's not as wide, but still, it's fine. There is other options out there, but I've no money left. Even if I sold this, I wouldn't have enough money to buy the other ones. So, because I put a silo down over on the cattle farm, which cost me 30 grand. So that kind of ate up the cash I had there when I was thinking about changing the cultivator. I still wouldn't have had enough. That's why I kind of said, right, let's just finish off what I needed on the cattle farm. So I'm going to crack on with getting this done. I'll bring you back when they're all done, because all we're going to be doing is we'll be finishing up. We'll be moving on into sowing season, March, in the next episode rather than this one. I just have a look and see what else we get. Contract-wise, I don't think we're going to get any contracts. It doesn't surprise me. I was kind of surprised at a few. Well, I was surprised we had contracts last month. There was only like 3 small ploughing contracts, and because they were close enough to each other, I just done them and got them out of the way. As I said, it was worth just over 6 grand. It wasn't like, I'm at the point now where if the money's in the bank, I'm not even going to bother with the contracts now. Anyway, let me get this done, and I'll just give you an update at the end of the month when we're all done, and we'll be signing off on this episode then. Okay, last field. I'll say radish, we're just playing it in, and that's them all done, and the snow's gone. Move forward again. I had a couple of contracts there. We're okay for money. I was just checking to see. We got to sell the flax oil now. That's at its top, and of course we're going to sell like oat milk anyway, and that's basically it. So we're okay moving forward. There's not going to be much money coming out anyway. What's coming up next? No, I'm not worried about the money at all now, because there's no loan interest at all coming out now, so we will be okay. Just happy enough I got these done. They're kind of, you don't get I didn't. I don't know about here on other maps. When I tried to direct drill over, I'd say radish, I wasn't getting any fertilisation state out of it. It needed to be cultivated in, so that's the only way I've ever done it since. I've never tried to direct drill over it since that. I assume it doesn't work. So the clover fields, literally don't know whether I got anything extra out of them, but I just cultivate them in anyway, because they were going to, I don't know where they do grow a second stage, or second time they would have started growing again. But we've crops going into all of them fields, so there was no point in not doing it that kind of way. Give me something to do. Everything's fine with all the animals and everything else. And I just turned the clock up now, and I moved into the last 8 to 3 times. Not that I could do it, just bumping it up a bit more to get to later in the day to sell whatever goat milk we have there and that, but I might just jump forward anyway when I'm doing that. But yeah, pretty good place we're in anyway regards everything on this. We have enough animals in the pig barns now that when they multiply we're going to reach our target. And as I said, I'm going to wait until they're, I suppose, a year old before I say, right, we've completed the end part of the challenge, the triple threat challenge. But no, we could just call it once we have them in there. But no, I'm gonna see it out. I'm gonna get a year out of them, or even when they're reproducing again or whatever. But for now, we're done with episode number 34. I can't believe we're that far in. And as I said, I'm a little bit sad in a way that we got there. We might say not really that quick, given that we're on year 5, and I put a lot of hours really into this. I think I'm on 230 hours on the map, or on this save, or something like that. And it's a lot of time, but it's been enjoyable, and I'm not done yet on the map. As I said, the only thing that'll be a bit strange was like the one tile challenge, where I kept doing that after I finished it. It's when you don't have a goal in that sense, but then again we can make our own goals up, considering we threw enough of them in there anyway. When we started this, we added in enough extras for ourselves to make it a bit more challenging. There's the lights on again. I'm forever doing that. So once again, thanks for joining me. Coming back to the channel, coming along to the triple threat challenge on Wallace Aberesca. And yeah, on your way out, if you haven't already, hit the like button, please do, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed, and feel free to leave a comment. I reply to everybody in good time. And yeah, some people have been great, and they pulled me up on things that I'm doing wrong, and that's great, because much as I play the game, I don't pretend I know everything. No, I know a lot, but not everything. And yeah, it really appreciate comments when it's funny when people spot things that I miss. I don't wonder why something's not working, and it's different when you're looking at the screen and you're not actually playing. You spot things that sometimes when you're playing, you're so wrapped up in what you're doing, you miss simple things. That's all I'm saying. It's simple things, and I see other content creators doing the same. So I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate all the interactions. As I said, thanks a million for joining me again, and all that's left for me to do now from Wallace Aberesca until the next time, is say goodbye for now. Until then, bye bye.